Good day, students. I hope everybody is doing great. Good. Today, what we are going to discuss is about the ratio and proportion. And these topics will be taken from our resource pack from the BS6, strand number 1, substrand 4, content standard 1, and indicators 1. Okay. So we are going to base on indicator 1 to present the ratio and proportion. And the main objective is to expressing the ratio in its simplest form, how to write ratio in its simplest form, or how to break ratios into its simplest word or lowest numbers. Okay, good. Ratio is the relationship between two quantities, which shows that one quantity is being greater than the other. To compare ratios, ratio compares two quantities of the same kind by changing to fraction, and that is not what you're going to do today. You're going to learn how to break ratio into a simplest form. Let's see some of the qualities on ratio. Ratio can be written in a fraction form. So ratio is a fraction, okay? Ratio can be 10 into fraction. Ratio can also be written in its simplest form by finding the common factor to reduce the ratio into its simplest digits. So when you have a given ratio, you can cancel to get a minimum numbers. As far as you can change to fraction, the same thing that you can also cancel a given ratio. Ratio itself is the relationship between two quantities, which shows that one quantity is being greater or one quantity is being greater than the other quantity. Ratio compare two quantities of the same kind by changing it to fraction or any other modality. And ratio, these are some of the things that you must also know about ratio here. Ratio can be written in a fraction form, which means the ratio can turn into fraction or common fraction. Ratio can also be reduced into its simplest form. As far as you change to common fraction, definitely you can also cancel the ratio into its simplest form. Let's quickly solve one more examples under ratios and how to reduce the ratios into its simplest form. Good. Now, example. Write the following ratios below into its simplest form. It means the given ratios over there, we are going to break them down into its lowest digits, okay? We also discussed that ratio can also be written in a fraction form. So we are going to use two things at the same time, using the ratio and then you break it, or you turn it to fraction, you break it. Later, you turn it back to ratio, okay? Good. Without waste more time, let's solve this one here. You write your solution. Good. Now the first one is A. Is 8 to 12. 8 to 12 is a given ratio, but this one here is not in its simplest form. So the only thing that you have to do is that you find a common factor that can cancel the 8 and at the same time can also cancel the 12. So because they are all even numbers, 8 is an even number, 12 is an even number, then I suggest we should start with what? The 2. 2 can cancel all even numbers. So 2 goes here, 4, and then 2 goes here, 6. Now, because the 4 and 6 are also even numbers, you can also cancel with the 2 at the same time, because 4 and 6 are not in the simplest form. So 4, 2 goes here, 2, and then 2 goes here, 3. Now with this, I hope with 2 to 3, there's no way you can find a common number to cancel the 2 to 3 here, okay? Good. So the simplest ratio for 8 to 12 is 2 to 3 here, okay? Good. If you don't want to use this approach to do the cancellation, we said ratio can always be written in what? In a fraction form. So you can either write the other one in a fraction form like 8 over 12, okay? When you have 8 to 12, this is how you write in a fraction form. It's the same as 8 over 12, and then you can also do your cancellation here. 8 over 12, you find a common factor to cancel the 8 and at the same time to cancel what? The 12. With the 8, I think the 2 cancel 8 4 times, and then 2 cancel 12 6 times. Now we have 4 over 6, and 4 over 6, 2, you can also reduce by 2, because 4 over 6 is not in the simplest fraction here. So 2 goes into 4 here, is 2, 2 cancel 6 into 3 here. Now we have the 2 over 3. Therefore, 2 over 3, there's no way you can get a common number to cancel. Therefore, here, the ratio is 2 to 3, okay? So after you turn them to fraction to do your cancellation, then you turn it back to the ratio, because the question was asked in the ratio form, just that you use the fraction to do the cancellation, or either you do the first one, the ratio, you just cancel to get the simplest, or you turn them to what? Fractions and cancel, and later you turn it back to the ratio. Let's see the question B. The B, we have 200 here to 400 here, okay? 200 to 400. When they asked you to do the cancellation, to reduce this ratio here into what? Into its simplest form, because the last digit here is 0, we'll take care of the last digit here. Now we have the 20 to 40, okay? Good. And because the last digit here is 0, we'll also take the last digit here. Good. Now we have 2 to 4. 2 to 4 here. The two numbers here are not in simplest form. You can get a number to cancel 2 and at the same time to reduce 4. And that's number 2 goes here, 1, and 2 goes here, 2. Okay. So the simplest ratio for 200 to 400 is what? Is 1 to 2. Okay. It's either you turn them into fraction, you get 200 over 400. If you want to use the fraction way to cancel, then the last 0 here will cancel the last 0 here. The last 0 here will also cancel the last 0 here. Now we have 2 over what? 4. And then the 2 over 4, the 2 goes here, 1. The 2 goes into 4, 2. Okay. Therefore, we have 1 over 2. When you have 1 over 2, you want to write 1 over 2 in a ratio form. It's the same as 1 to 2, okay? 1 to 2. Good. Now the C, we have 48 to 24. Because the last digit here end with 8, the last digit here end with 4, they are all even numbers, okay? So you can also use 2 to do the cancellation to reduce these numbers into its simplest form or into its lowest form. So let's start with 2. 2 goes into 24. We have 12, okay? And then 2 goes into 48. We have 24, okay? Good. Then they are still even numbers. You can also cancel. 2 goes here, 6. And then 2 goes into 24, 12. Okay, good. They are still an even number here. So you can still reduce them by 2. 2 goes here, 3. And then 2 goes here, 6. Okay. Now you still have the 6 to 3. And this one too, you can also reduce by 3. 3 can cancel, 3 is 7, and 3 can also reduce 6. So 3 goes here 1, and 3 goes here 2. Okay, so now the simplest or the lowest ratio for 48 to 24 is 2 to 1. Okay, you can either turn them into fraction and do the cancellation, and that one will be 48 over 24 over 24. You can also cancel them. If you know 24 can cancel except 1. Let me cancel it all. 24 goes into 24, 1, and 24 goes into 48, 2. Now we have 2 over 1. If you want to write 2 over 1 in a ratio form, is 2 to 1. Okay, good. So irrespective of the star that you choose to cancel, later you still get what? The minimum or the simplest ratio. Good. Now you are still on how to write the simplest ratios. And let's see this table here. The table above here consists of the food and the number of students who eat the food, the preference of the students. We have Banku, 12 students eat Banku. We have Wache, 48 students eat Wache. We have Gari and beans, 24 students eat Gari and beans. Let's see the questions here. Find the ratio of number of students who eat the food. The number of students who eat the food. The ratio of A, Banku to Wache, B, Banku to Gari and beans, C, Wache to Gari and beans. So let me write my solution here. Good. Now, the A is Banku to Wache, which is the same as Banku mathematical. This is how it's supposed to be. Wache. Okay. Good. Now the number of people who prefer Banku is what? Is 12. 12 to then number of people sorry, the number of people who prefer Banku is 12 to 48. So in mathematically, we can also write 12 to 48, okay? Then you find a common number to cancel the 12 and 48. I think they are all even numbers, so let's start with 2. 2 goes into 12, 6. Then 2 goes into 48, 24. Then I think you can still cancel. 2 goes here, 3. 2 goes here, 12. You can still cancel. 3 goes here, 1. And 3 goes here, 4. Now, the number of students who eat, or the ratio of the number of students who eats Banku to Wache is 1 to 4. So which means that out of 5 students, only 1 person eats Banku and 4 also eat Wache. So you find the total ratio by adding the 1 and 4, you get 5. So out of 5, the 1 person eat Banku, or when you call 5 students instant, you really found only 1 person being preferred Banku, and 4 people who also prefer what Wache. So that is the interpretation of that one too. So let's do the second one, Banku to Gari. We have Banku to Gari. Banku to Gari and beans. And that is Banku to Gari and beans. Sorry, Gari and beans. So that is the B. Then the number of students who prefer Banku still 12 here, because we said ratio is the comparisons, or ratio compare 2 things of the same kind. Ratio shows the relationship between 2 quantities, which shows that one quantity is being greater than the other. So you are comparing the food of the same kind, but you want to compare Banku to Gari and beans, the preference of the students. So you can also do this survey to determine the food that you're supposed to cook in the campus, or the food that you're supposed to cook around the school premises, okay? You do a survey asking the students, therefore you draw your conclusion, okay? Good. So here we have the Banku, the number of students who prefer Banku is 12. And then the Wache, the Gari and beans is also what, 24, okay? Good. Then you do your cancellation. So 2 goes here, 6. 2 goes here, 12. Then you find another number to cancel. 2 goes here, 3. And 2 goes here, 6. Then the 3 and 6, you can also reduce them. 3 goes here, 1. And 3 goes here, 2. So the simplest ratio for the number of students who prefer Banku to Gari and beans is 1 to 2. So which means when you call 3 students, out of these 3 students, one person, you only found out that only one person will be eating banku on campus, and 2 people or 2 students will also be preferring gari. So it will be advisable that if you cook more gari and beans than banku, you achieve or you ascertain the preference of the students. Okay, so that is how we do the survey to maximize or satisfy the preference of the students on campus. Okay, the last one says what? We should calculate the relationship of wache to what? Gari and beans. If you want to prefer wache and gari and beans, then you have to go down, listen to the student, do the survey like the one that we have done here. So then you do your ratio to compare the food, the 2 foods, and then you choose the one that will satisfy most students and then also maximize profit at end. So we have this one, wache to gari and beans. Now we have wache to gari and beans. Sorry. Which mathematically we have wache to gari and beans. Okay, good. Now you have this one. So the number of students who prefer wache is 48. To gari and beans here is 24. So this ratio here is not in its simplest form, though that is the ratio, but you need to break ratio into its simplest form. Then you find a common number to cancel 48 and 24 at the same time. Because they are all even numbers, you start with 2, the minimum number here. 2 goes into 48 here, 24. Then 2 goes into 24, that is 12. Okay. Then you find another number to do the cancellation. 2 goes into 24, which is 12, and 2 goes into 12, which is 6. Okay, good. You have to reduce until you get a minimum number or a numbers that any other number can't cancel. Now here, 2 goes here, 6, and 2 goes here, 3. Okay. So with this, I hope you can also use 3 to do the cancellation. 3 goes here, 1. 3 cancel 6 2 times. Okay. So therefore, the relationship between the wache to gari and beans is 2 to 1, which means that out of 3 students, 2 people prefer wache than gari and beans. Only 1 person prefer gari and beans. So when you are comparing the wache to gari and beans, the school administration or a person cooking to any school premises can decide to cook more wache than gari and beans to satisfy the students around. Okay, so this is how we do the survey and break the ratios into its simplest form. Always try as much as possible to break each ratios into its simplest form. Finally, the relationship between banku to wache, we have 1 to 4, which shows that when you call 5 students, only 1 person will tell you that you prefer banku, and 4 people also will prefer what? Wache. Okay, good. And then when you come to the banku to gari and beans, and then you will realize that only one person will prefer Banku to what? To Gary and Beans. The two people or two persons also prefer the Gary and Beans. So it's advisable if you are using the Banku and Gary and Beans. I think when you cook more Gary and Beans, the student will eat more than using Bankus only. And when you come to the Wache to Gary and Beans, if you want to decide to compare Wache and Gary and Beans, you realize that the ratio is 2 to 1, which means that when you call out of 3 students out to tell us the preference that they have for the food, 2 peoples will decide or prefer eating wache than Gary and beans. Only one person who eats Gary and beans, and that is the end of comparisons of what ratios and how we break ratios into its simplest form. Okay, good. Now, let's solve the last example. Now, let's see this one. Determine any 3 equivalent ratios of each of the following ratios below. Like our previous lesson, we did discuss how equivalent is equivalent means of different ratios. Equivalent ratios are ratios of different ratio, but the values are the same. The value or the weight of the 2 or 3 ratios are the same. And it's very simple. In order to find equivalent or any ratio that is equal to this, a given ratio, it's either you choose any counting number out of 1 or without using 1, the counting numbers, and then you multiply by the each ratio to increase its what values here. But the sizes or the weight of the 2 or more ratios will be the same. So let's try and write 2 or 3 additional ratios for the first one, which is 2 to 3 here. You're going to write additional 3 ratios, which will be the same as 2 to 3 or which will be equal to 2 to 3. Equivalent means they are the same, okay? But they have different digits, but the values are the same. So let me write the first one here, the solution. When you take the other one, which is 2 to 3 here, if you want to write additional 3 ratio that will be equal to these ratios, is first thing you change the ratios into fractions, and if you want to change 2 to 3, it's the same as 2 over 3. And then you take any counting number starting from the 2, okay? Any counting numbers, you choose any of them to multiply both numerator and the denominator of these fractions to get equivalent fractions of 2 to 3. So I will start with the 2 because when you use 1 to multiply, you still get the same number. So when we start with the 2, multiply here by 2, multiply here by 2, okay? You choose 2 to multiply, and then here will be 4 over 3. So another equivalent fraction for 2 to 3 is the same as 4. Now 4 over 6 right here. So that is 4 over 6. So another fraction or ratio that will be equal to 2 to 3 here is what? 4 to 6. Okay. You can also think about other words, other counting number multiplied by the ratio to get another equivalent or another equal ratio. When you have the 2 over 3, Then you decided to multiply by 5 and multiply here by 5. The number that you use to multiply the numerator must be the same number used to multiply the denominator. And here is 10 over 15, okay? So 10 over 15 is another equal ratio to what? 2 to 3. So you can also write this one down. 10 to 15 is also another equivalent fraction of what? 2 to 3. Then you can also decide to write another equivalent fraction, but you just take any counting numbers. One is not bad, any counting number to multiply the both numerator and the denominator of the fractions, because ratios can also be written in the fraction form. So when you change to fraction, then you just multiply by any number, okay? Exception of 1. You see that the numbers or the digit will change, and those, when you do the cancellation, you still get the same thing. So when you have the 2 over 3, then you can decide to multiply by 3. So here 3, the same thing 3 here, okay? Then we get 6 over what? Over 9. Good. So 6 over 9 is also an equivalent or equal to 3 to what? To 2 to 3. So 6 to 9 is also equal to what? 2 to 3, okay? All these equivalent fraction or ratio here can also be break down to get 2 to 3. So when you take the 5, if you want to write additional, also write or determine any 3 equivalent, or say ratio miensa ene yedi ama onu nyina eyepe. Fine. When you take a ratio like 5 to 2, if you want to write equivalent or any ratio that will be equal to 5 to 2, just turn this one into fraction, like 5 over 2. Then you just multiply by any counting number times 2 times 2, okay? And you get what? 10 over 4. So 10 over 4 is also an equal ratio to, which is the same as 10 to 4. 10 to 4. Good. And then the other ratio that will also be equal to 5 to 2. When you have 5 over 2, then you think about multiply by any other by 10. The same number must use to multiply the denominator. And then here will also be 50 to 20. Okay, good. So another ratio that is equal to 5 to 2 is what? 50 to 20. Okay, good. So the last one, or another ratio that will be equal to 5 to 2, I say you change to fraction, which is 5 over 2. Then you multiply by any other number. So here times 5 times 5. Okay, the number must be the same because the number used to multiply the numerator must be the same number used to multiply the denominator. And here is what? 5 is 25. Okay, over 10. Okay, good. Now another ratio that will be equal to this is also 25 to 10. Okay, good. Now all these 3 ratios are equal to 5 to, because when you break them, you still get 5 to what? To their equivalent. They are the same as the first one, but you could see clearly that the digits are not the same, but yeah, the values or the weight are the same. Okay, good. The last one, you have a ratio of what? 1 to 7. Okay, so the 1 to 7 you tend to fraction is the same as 1 over 7. Okay, so 1 over 7. Then you want another fraction or ratio that will be equal to 1 to 7. Just multiply by any counting number by 2 here, and then you get what? 2 over 14. And 2 over 14, when you turn it to ratio, it is same as 2 to 14. Okay, good. So the same thing, 1 over 7, we multiply by 3, multiply by 3 here, good. Multiply by 3, here is 3 over 21, good. 21. Sorry. Therefore, 3 over 21, if you want to write in a ratio form, it is same as 3 to 21. Okay, good. Then 1 over 7 times 5 or times 10. Okay, times 10. Then you get 10 out of 70. 10 out of 70, if you want to write them in a ratio form, the same as 10 to 70. Good. All these ratios here given, when you cancel or reduce to its simplest form, you get 1 out of 7. Okay. If you decided to cancel all the ratios here, if you decided to cancel here, the 0 will cancel, there's 3 goes here, 1, 3 goes. So the equivalent fraction means the ratios equal ratios, okay, or the equal weight. Okay, good. So this is how to determine 3 equivalent ratios of each of the following. Once you do ratio, number no changing to fraction. Then you think about any numbers, okay? Exclude the 1. You just exclude 1 because when you use 1 to multiply any number, you get the same thing. So you just think about the numbers, counting numbers from 2 and above, to multiply the numerators and at the same time the denominator. So when you take 2 to multiply the fraction, you just multiply and then you get equivalent. Okay, good. So that is the end of the lesson, how to determine 3 equivalent. We have learned how to break ratios into its simplest form, okay, and how to compare 2 quantities of the same kind, okay, using the survey analysis to do that. Thank you.